Hello, Vanessa.
Hi
Hello,
Donna, how are
everyone. How
you?
are you?
Oh,
Lovely
good,
to
thank
see you
you.
all. Hello. Let's see who have we got. Can you all tell us where you are in the chat? Come in, come to the front. Who have we got already? I can see you all.
Hi
I can.
Anna.
Hi, Giovanni. Who else is there? Hello. Hi, Anna. Can you all write in the chat? Let's see who we've got. Oh, we've got Lucia. Hello, Lucia.
Hi Lucia.
Hi. Lovely to see you all. Okay, good. Well, while you're all coming up to the front, we've got some wonderful news for everyone today. But before Vanessa, should we start with a hugging breath? Let's just get ourselves
Yeah,
grounded and start what's to do. So let's go
okay.
on.
Okay, so just bringing ourselves into the present moment. Okay, take a nice deep breath. Okay, and deep breath out and bringing your arms to the side, a nice stretch here, and then breathing in. Give yourself a lovely big hug, and then breathing out, release your arms out again, and just giving it a little bit of a stretch, not too much, okay? And then breathing in again, another big hug, just a little bit tighter this time because we deserve it. We've been working hard in the classroom all day. And breathing out one last time, welcoming your last hug in and make it an extra special hug. Okay, just dedicating this moment to the here and now and to your self-care, okay? Dropping your hands to the side and just noticing if you feel any different, how do you feel now? And welcome everybody. So this is a really nice activity to start your class, to finish your class, to do transition from one activity to the other. And it can really bring a big smile on your student's face.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. So, before we begin, let's find out from you. Hi, Tito. He's here. Hello, Giovanni. Hello, Cristiano. We've got lots of people here. Can you all just write in the chat, in English or in Italian or whatever language, what's your biggest challenge teaching at the moment? So, what's your biggest challenge? Let's see what people come up with. What's your biggest, più grande sfida adesso? What's your biggest challenge? Vanessa, what's your biggest challenge? Oh, students with special needs. Yeah, lots of them.
Ever more so.
Managing, Lucia, managing different levels. Yeah, in the
And
same
mixed
class.
abilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mixed abilities. Engagement, Giovanni, helping all the children. Absolutely. Everyone needs different help, don't they? Engaging everyone. Yeah. So lots of different, absolutely wonderful things coming in. Some people are writing to us as well, special needs. Yeah, absolutely. And what about your children as well? What do they find most difficult about learning English? Everyone's putting in special needs.
Mm.
What about your children, Vanessa? What are they?
Memory, they forget. So
Memory. Yeah.
they can't focus and concentrate as much, and so they forget from one lesson to the other.
Spelling, Lucia. Ah, we
Spelling.
got our spelling bee. Listening. Yep.
So that's focusing again. Be able to stay on one task for more than 5 minutes.
Absolutely. so it's focus as well. Well, the good news is that Billy Bot and friends can help, and I think we're going to have a bit of a da 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 da. There we go. We've got
Yay!
this is the internet. This is the national and international and world launch of Billy Bot and friends, and it's here in Italy because it's here for you in Italy. So adventure is calling now. Billy Bottom Friends, new course, and we're delighted to announce it today. And who better to announce it than the authors, Francis Foster and Bruno Brown? And they've got a special message for, they're in Canada at the moment, so say hello to them. But they've got a special message for all the teachers and the students in Italy. And I'll read it out to you. It's Adventure is Calling, Explore the Globe, Discover New Cultures, and Master English Along the Way. So these are with Billy Bot and friends. And so these are this new course, their new message for you. So Billy Bot and Friends, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, all here, all in your towns, in your schools. So don't forget to ask your Pearson agenti. So they're in writing the new edition. What were the considerations for Franca and Bruna? So for Francis and Brunel, what do you think? So one of the first things was the idea of we're dealing with Generation Alpha. And Vanessa, we were talking about this over the last few days. So tell us
Right.
about some of the issues of the children, as we call them, the pandemic generation.
That's right. So we have children that haven't started school. They hadn't started school. So they didn't have that kind of transition from maybe materna to prima. And we're finding that their socialization and their concentration is a key problem in the class because they haven't had that time, proper school time, where they've been able to just understand classroom dynamics and how they need to perform in the class. So it's almost like there's a gap in their learning which needs to be addressed in the classroom. So sometimes, there's a lot more to do in the class now.
And also the idea of socialization as well. And this is something that you're going to see in Billy Bot with the new dances, with the songs, just activities that will help the children socialize more. And Antonella, she says she uses Billy Bot in the third and fourth levels. Oh, well, you're going to love the new version. And Federica pronunciation. Yeah, lots of new things. Okay, so let's see. The other thing to consider is that we've got the new Indicazioni Nazionali from the MIM. So you'll be all pleased to know that the new Billy Bot and Friends was written with the new Indicazioni in mind. And so it's all a norma for the nuove indicazioni nazionali. So we've got the tick, and Billy Bot and Friends, as you know, was the first English course really to develop the idea of social emotional learning with the character Billy Bot, and we'll have a look at that in a while. So let's just look at some of the key words in the Riforma. You've all probably got the book, the Indicazioni Nazionali. And basically, there's for English, there's the idea of focusing on multicultural aspects, multi-ethnic of the English-speaking world, and we've with Billy Bot and Friends, there's a lot of culture now woven in, and you'll see with lots of new stories around culture as well. Empathy and respect, and this is dedicated to Tito, the idea of respect, and interaction and mediation towards other cultures as well. So exposing children to other cultures as well, and we have all of that. Also, classics, literature, theatre, music, all of that is part of Billy Bot and Friends. And then at the end of the fifth year, the A1 CFR, and we have also an opportunity with the Billy Bot and Friends for a certification that you can prepare your students for as well if you like. Also, understanding cultural elements, pronunciation, intonation, all of those things, and obviously general language and scenarios. And so all of these things, we have these in the Billy Bot and Friends, and we'll move on.
And a couple of teachers mentioned that one of their challenges was pronunciation. So,
Oh, well, there we go. And we've got lots of examples. We'll show you how. Just a few highlights. For those of you, we've got some new stories, especially in level 1. We've got new units in level 3. We've got a nice unit on telling the time because we realise that students just having more and more difficulty reading a clock and telling the time. So, new stories and role plays, videos, audios, songs, lots and lots of ideas, flashcards, lots. I'm not going to sort of spoil it all now, but just to give you sort of a heads up. So, what makes Billy Bot so special? Well, I think the answer to that question is really here. So, Billy emotions can affect the way we learn, and Billy Bot can encourage our students to express their feelings, to notice their feelings, and as you know, Billy Bot is a character, and in the stories, in the course, he has lots of different feelings because our feelings, we're like the weather. We have lots of different feelings, lots of emotions, and they're up and down. So we just need to learn how to regulate them. And as you know, Billy Bot changes the colour of his face according to his emotions. So you can see when he's angry, when he's sad, when he's excited, when he's scared. He's got a different colour. And in the new Billy Bot and Friends, we will see him with different emotions, and we'll have a look. So that makes him very special. And there's also another aspect of Billy Bot that is really important, and it's the whole character-based learning approach. So why can children actually connect with character-based learning, and how does it help them learn more? So we've got the character, we've got Billy Bot, but we've also got his friends and how he interacts with them. And these are his friends. We've got Greta, we've got Paul, we've got Daniel and Alice. And in Billy Bot and Friends, the friends grow, and Billy Bot interacts with them in different ways as they grow. And Billy Bot is also your friend. He's my friend. He's the teacher's friend, and he's the children's friend. He's also a friend of animals. He's Zippy's friend and the cat's friend. So that's really important. And the idea of character-based learning can actually help with collaboration, digital citizenship, friendship, growth mindset, emotional regulation. All of these things come through the characters in Billy Bot, and we will see examples of these key areas, emotional literacy as well. So these are all really, really important aspects that you will see in the new Billy Bot and Friends. So we can start our lesson with a happy song, and this is an example of one of the things that's new with the Billy Bot and Friends. We've actually developed a lesson in every unit that spells out the emotion that Billy Bot is feeling, that he felt in the story, and then you can talk about it. You can actually do something in English with that lesson, and this is a lesson to start your day off with, and it's a happy song.
Page 38.
Can you hear it?
Music time. If you're happy, listen and sing.
I hope you're all singing at home.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Okay.
Page 30.
There we go. So we've got our happy song. Routines are also important, and just I'm going to give you some examples of some of these things. There are lots more, but there's something now every book for the first day of class. This is something that teachers are always asking for. First day of class. So here, this is all about me, and this is lovely because on the last day of class, they can compare how they've changed from the first day of class. So just a little bit about what they're about them, their favourite animal, their favourite farm animal, their favourite subject. This is just an example. So it's all about me. So it's really personalising. Okay. And we've also got the Billy Bot song. So there's a routine. So getting ready for story time at the beginning of every story, they've got the Billy Bot song. Now, you should know this. It's a very famous song now, and we're going to sing it together. And then I've got a surprise. So let's just sing it together first, and then I've got a surprise. Okay, so there we go. And remember that Billy Bot, he's got his little friend, but we've got a surprise. We've actually got a surprise for you all now, because we've got the songs and the dances, and this can actually help with social learning. So I'd like you all to stand up at home. Can I see you standing up? And I'd like you to send me photos. So everybody that's at home, you can send photos of you all standing up and dancing, and we're going to do this together. We're going to have a dance together. So, and you can do this at the beginning of every lesson with your students. Okay.
Let's learn English, English for Billy Bot. 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 I listen and say, sing and play. English is fun. Hooray, hooray! I listen and say, sing and play. English is fun. Hooray, hooray! Let's learn English, English with Billy Bot. Let's learn English, English with Billy Bot. Let's learn English, English with Billy Bot. Let's learn English, English with Billy Bot.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Did you like that? Did you enjoy that, everybody? I can see you all smiling.
That was a bit of a
Oh,
workout.
yeah, everyone is going mad. Anna is already addicted. Well done, Bravi. It is absolutely fantastic. So you'll have that to do with your children, and they will enjoy it. It'll put a smile on their face at the beginning of every lesson. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We're getting lots and lots of people saying how wonderful they thought that was. Fantastic. Okay, so emotional regulation. Let's see. Vanessa, tell us about having a daily check-in.
Right, so we all know that as teachers, it's really important that we look after ourselves, not just our students. So remembering that good health and well-being starts from us and then passed on to our students. So we need to remember this, that you can't pour from an empty cup. We need to be looking after ourselves, and then we can look after our children. So just noticing this and having a daily check-in with you before you enter the classroom and then with your kids throughout the day will really help, just noticing your emotions and maybe be able to react to them in a different way. By noticing them, you're bringing them into the classroom, which is really good for social emotional learning. So we can check in, and I can ask the question. So how has your week been so far? So together we can do them. This is what you can do with your kids. So they don't have to say it. They can just tell you how they're feeling with the mind. So calm or wavy or bumpy, swirly, prickly, tangled, sad, or happy. So everyone, I'm going to ask you the question, how has your week been so far? Mine is this. And it can be also two at a time. So it could be swirly and it could be happy. So Anna's got calm. We have Antonella wavy, bumpy, Tito. Everyone, thank you very much for sharing. Donna, what about you?
Very mixed, bumpy, calm, wavy,
Oh, so it's
happy. Yeah, lots of
lots of
different
different
things.
emotions. So it's really good to notice these because you're bringing them out into the open and you're sharing them. And sometimes it's good to understand other people and what they're feeling. And maybe they can help each other in trying to change that emotion from something a little negative to more positive. So we have lots of calms, bumpies, wavies, and thank you everybody for sharing.
Okay, so social emotional learning and Billy Bottom friends. So, as you know, this is Cassell's definition of the 5 areas of social emotional learning. So, we've got self-awareness, self-management and self-control, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision making. And these are all the ways that Billy Bottom can actually help our students and also help them with citizenship as well. So, social emotional learning, basically, at the beginning of the book, all of the emotions that you'll find Billy Bot has in that in the actual year are all summarized in the emotions meter. And the emotions meter just summarizes them there. So every day at the beginning of the lesson, you can go back to the front of the book and you can ask your students to, you can just draw their attention to it. So here, for example, in Prima, it's on page 17. They've got the emotions meter. They can just, you can just say, okay, just point to where you're feeling now. And remember that not every day we're going to be the same. It depends on the hour of the lesson, But what we are doing is we're helping our students notice emotions, and we're going to look more on about that. So all of the stories of Billy Bot, as you can see, he has different emotions during the stories. So again, that's really important, and we'll see how students notice that. And then also in the culture stories, there are emotions and also extra materials in the teacher's book. So lots of things as well. So let's just look at emotional literacy a little bit. Now, as we grow older and as we grow up and as children grow, we notice more emotions. So you'll see that in Prima, there are some very simple emotions. And then as we go into Seconda, Terza and Quarta, so these are the examples here, you can see that additional emotions are added. So in Seconda, we can see disappointed, we can see confused. In Terza, we've got frustrated, we've got worried. And in Quarta, we've got excited, and we've got worried as well there. So we have different emotions for different years as well that get added. And this is something very important. So here, in Prima, it's sort of the very basic emotions: scared, happy, sad, excited, and angry. And then we have the addition as well of disappointment, curiosity as well, and also frustration. We've got worried. So again, as they get older, different emotions as well. And naming emotions. Why is naming emotions important? It can help our children to identify and label emotions, for example, sadness, joy, without actually being put on the spot themselves, without us asking them how they are. They can notice how Billy Bot is. And that can actually help to improve their ability to handle real life emotions. Also, building empathy, so seeing the world through a character's eyes, they could learn to understand perspectives different from their own as well, and being more empathetic and compassionate. And also the validation. And you can see here in the little stories that we've selected, you've got Billy Bot, he's a bit sad, he's lost his favourite cap. Or in the Halloween story, he's a bit in Christmas he's happy because they're sharing. There's a Halloween story where he's scared. So again, they can also see that they're not the only people that are having those emotions. Billy Bot has them, and it reduces anxiety. And what else does emotions do, Vanessa?
Well, we have stories that we can see that demonstrate to our students how we can deal with problems or conflicts. So they're giving us an example and they can serve as a model, which will maybe help our students to cope with their own emotional hurdles as well, because they can see and they can emulate that in the characters that they see in the book. Also, it's going to enhance vocabulary, okay? So you're giving them extra memory ability so they can match the story and remember the words from a story that they've read, and they can improve communication. So all of this is helping cognitive and physiological calm, because as Donatella said, naming emotions can help reduce anxiety.
And here, one of the things that the children can do is they can make the emotions show me mini book. This is something that they can make in Prima, and you can ask them every day to show you how they're feeling, or they can just go to the front of the book and point to the emotions there. So we can say them together. And just noticing the Billy Bot emotions in the story. And at the end, just at the end of each story, you can see there's a little note, and it said in scene 3, Billy Bot is scared, is he happy, or is he angry? So again, they can think about it, and they can see, oh, they can see that he's scared. So they can notice his emotions, and it really does help build their empathy as well, and makes them feel less lonely. So this is all there for a purpose, and it's something not just asking them, did you enjoy the story, but asking them how Billy Bot feels in the story as well. So they really do notice as well. And that is really important. And also, to help you, we've got wonderful emotions flashcards as well. And on the front, you've got his emotions, and then on the back, you've got some questions that you can ask. So, how are you feeling? How is Billy Bot feel? Is Billy Bot happy? How do you feel today? Are you happy? When are you happy? You know, you can use your little emotions flashcards, and you have them printed, and you can always have them with you. And that's they're really, really useful. Okay. And then tell us about the kindness tree, Vanessa.
Yep, this is something that you may have seen before, but it's a nice activity that you can put on your classroom wall, because, as we know, kindness, encouraging children to understand what kindness is, can help them develop empathy. And it also can develop positive behavior and a strong sense of community. So by creating a tree and having different colored leaves, on the leaves, they can write down an act of kindness that they either received or they did, which can be something as simple as a smile. And by getting them to slowly make the tree grow, they can also read other people's and maybe get ideas from other people. Oh, that's a good way to be kind, or maybe I could do that the next time I can open a door for someone. And it makes them realize how many good deeds there are during the day, and it just gives them a reminder that kindness grows when it is shared. Okay, so you're really trying to create this kindness culture in your classroom, and showing them that everyone can be kind and everyone can understand what it's like to feel when someone is kind to you.
Fantastic. And respect. This is dedicated to Tito. He enjoys doing lessons with students about respect, and one of the aspects that he was talking about the other day was respect for animals as well. So here in Billy Bot, you've got a lovely lesson about respect. It's also about jobs. So you've got, this is in Quinta, about a vet. And people that work with animals, but also thinking about guide dogs there, and also thinking about pet therapy as well. So how animals can help humans as well. So this is lovely. And another thing that a lot of you said right at the beginning was that you wanted to. One of the challenges that you have as students with mixed abilities or lots of different, special needs students. So, this is a flag waving moment. We have for Billy Bot, Inclusione in Partenza. So there is an inclusive learning book for every child, and it's cellophaned in the book. So every child gets the inclusive learning book. You never know when you're going to need extra help, and it's a parallel text, and it's there. So you could, every child can use it if they need it. It's and that's really important. Also, in the actual students' book, there is integrated easy practice as well, and different graded activities. So things for every child, the whole class, the whole child, and just thinking that every child is different. So you've got the inclusive learning book as well as all the other things. And I know we're going to look at these different in a moment, but also for visual learners, you've got the wonderful picture dictionary there. So that really helps the visual learners. And for the kinesthetic learners, the learners that like to cut out and do things, you've got your cutouts. So lots of different things for different learners, and also the smart storybook, and we'll look at that in a minute. So classics for kids as well. Remember that we've got lots of plays, the United Nations development goals, they're there as well. So another thing, if thinking about the indicazioni nazionali and the idea of bringing in culture as well, one of the wonderful things about the new Billy Bot is the opportunity to use traditional songs and rhymes. They're part of the culture of the English speaking world, and very often they have cultural things. So here, for example, we've got a London boat tour. If you visit London, the boat tours up and down the Thames are now very frequent. They're part of, London life. There are the river buses as well. And we've got a bit of rain there as well, a bit of wind, and they go up and down. And again, you can see that lovely story. Billy Bot has got his hat on, and you can see the emotions meter. So the students read the story. They can act it out. They've got those scenarios, and then we've got a boat here. Let's just do this together, Vanessa. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay, and these are boats. These are, you can see there, the children have to draw their boats. And again, they can do that and act that. And that's a typical song. We've got another one here, very famous character in the United Kingdom. And in the world, actually, Paddington Bear, and he's got his little Paddington suitcase, and there he is with you. Wonderful. And we've got a little Paddington chart. Let's just, you might have seen Paddington. He met the Queen, didn't he? And so let's see. Let's say this together. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quietly as we can. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Okay, and there we go. So that's another typical rhyme. We've also got English speaking world. This is very popular to think about what's the weather like at Christmas where you celebrate. Christmas, and you can talk about the Sandman in Australia, the snowmen in parts of the world where it's snowy, and then just thinking about Christmas as well. So Christmas in different parts of the world. It's spring, so we've got our little spring mini book as well, remember that. And just thinking about celebrations, so here we've got some UK celebrations, and this is a typical song that we sing when we want to celebrate someone's success. And this is nice perhaps to do in class, every day in your lesson, take the opportunity to celebrate one of the students, so everyone gets to be celebrated. And this is what you can say: for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so say all of us. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so say all of us. And again, these are wonderfully easy to say, and you can celebrate your students. So again, an easy one to celebrate. There's a little Halloween culture club. Just sort of throw these things in there for as well. We've got Easter. So lots of culture. Lucia loves rhymes. You're always looking for nice rhymes. Well, you look no further. You've got Billy Bot. There's a rhyme, just about on every page. So you've got more rhymes. You've got loads of them. Just a reminder to everybody that we've got World Bee Day on the 20th of May. I just wanted to put that in there. And we've got lots of, on the Pearson website, we've got lots of worksheets that you can download. So here, again, culture. So again, here we are, Hyde Park. We've got the river, the Serpentine Pond, the river there. We've got the statue of Peter Pan. So again, and look, poor Billy Bot is not feeling very well. He's in the boat. He's feeling a bit seasick. So there we go. And you can see him. He's gone a bit green. So he's a bit hot there. He's not feeling too well, so that's good. And then you can talk about the characters as well, whether they like them or not. So and another one, bonfire night. So this is on the 5th of November in the United Kingdom, and here Billy Bot, this is quite interesting as well, because you can talk about the whole thing about fireworks as well, and the noise and fireworks and animals, and safety, so you can bring this in. And let's say this together, shall we, Vanessa? Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know
of no reason
why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. And this is the story of when Guy Fawkes tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. And obviously you can see now in the United Kingdom, you'll find firework displays, usually in parks, done with great safety. There's a bonfire and everyone stands at a distance so you can see that. So very important. Now, this is London Bridge now, but that's what London Bridge used to look like then. And a very famous traditional nursery rhyme is London Bridge is falling down. It comes from the 17th century, and it describes, apparently, London Bridge used to fall down quite regularly because it was in lots of decay, and this is what it looked like. So this is what it looks like now. So it's let's shall we listen together? We've got this, we got here the audio.
Traditional nursery rhymes. Exercises 3 and 4. Listen.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair gentleman.
And you can see you've got the lovely little dance there. So all the songs have got a little dance associated to them. So you're going to have real fun. And they can draw the houses on London Bridge. They can, you've got the colours, but also they can make that wonderful red bus. I've got a picture of that in a minute. Drooping of the colour, again, a very most important, is when it's the King's birthday. And this is a famous poem. So let's say this together, Vanessa. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to visit the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a mouse under her chair. Meow. So there we go. And again, lots of opportunities. Here we've got the Tower of London. And do you know the story of the Tower of London, Vanessa, and the ravens?
Yep, not to clip they clip their wings so they don't fly away.
If they fly away, what will happen? The Tower of
London
London
will fall.
will fall. And we've got a beefeater there, so they've got the guards, and there we go. So and here we've got our two a little poem. We've got a Blackbird Peter and our blackbird Paul. So let's say this together. Two little blackbirds sitting on a wall, one named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter, come back, Paul. There we go. Okay. You are going to have fun with this book. I do. I can just see it now. Everyone's getting really excited. Yeah, there we go. So, okay. So lots of culture. Okay. And also we've got the culture in the class. Now, remember, one of the things that's really important, we call this, I'm just going to go back, is we call it scissor skills and crafts. And we've got all of the lap books. We've got them with Go Kids Gold, and we've also got them with Billy Bot and friends. The lap books are really, really important because through the lap books, the students can learn to cut out. A lot of the children have got, especially we call them, the glass house children, they're used to their screens and they're not actually used to holding scissors and paper and cutting, just that idea of scissor skills, so they're not used to doing that anymore. So this is really, really important. And we've got activities that they can do, and we've also got the teaching files that they all have. Hickory Dickory Dock. Here we've got let's just
Hickory dickory dock, the mouse runs off the clock. The clock strikes one, the mouse shouts run. Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse runs off the clock. The clock strikes two, the mouse shouts boo. Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse runs off the clock. The clock strikes three, the mouse shouts me. Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse runs off the clock. The clock strikes four, the mouse shouts more. Hickory dickory dock, tick tock, tick tock.
and you can actually combine that with the other song about the Queen. Make a flag. They can all make their flag. Remember to get them all to make their flag at the beginning of the year, so they've got their flag. Transport as well. So we've talked about Big Ben, London, but also transport in London. And here we've got the wheels on the bus go round and round. They can make their little double-decker bus, but they've got a little story there of Billy Bot going into London. He's curious, he's green, he's the idea of a selfie. They're looking at the phone box. They can see Big Ben, just all those things as well. These lovely, lovely culture stories that you're going to have fun using in class, and your children can actually act out. So what do you think of them, Vanessa? Don't they look lovely?
Yeah, they do. And all the different colours of the transport. Kids love transport.
You've got the taxi there as well. They've got the phone boxes. So again, there's in every unit, there's a little story as well of Billy Bot and his friends that go and explore an aspect of culture. So again, these are the culture crafts for kids that we've got. Here we've got the wonderful lap books. Again, these are opportunities, remember, for scissor skills. So really, really important as well. And Lucia and a few other people talked about pronunciation. And one of the ways that we can help the students, because English is not a syllabic language, so we can help them as well through phonics. And here, for example, you can see that we teach the letters of the alphabet that aren't actually in the Italian alphabet. So there isn't the letter J. And there's lots of listening and repeating and noticing the sounds. And then we've got a wonderful tongue twister. Let's read them both, actually. The DJ on the jet has got a banjo. The jolly jaguar in the jungle has got pajamas. Okay, so they can see which one that is. They can tick it and then they can repeat it. So lots of work on pronunciation as well and grammar. And then something that teachers have been asking us for and is the vocabulary flashcards. So you've got lovely vocabulary flashcards for every unit. And on the back of the flashcard, you've got some questions as well that you can ask students. So that's really handy, isn't it, Vanessa?
Really helpful.
Just
The questions are really helpful because
yeah.
sometimes classes can be busy. So
and
you
just
need
think, what am I
help
going
at
to
all
say?
times.
So
Yeah.
you've got it there, and it's all you've got they're there, that they're there. Another important aspect that I just want to tell everyone about is the storytelling and literacy. So obviously the reform is really big on literacy, and storytelling is important. So you'll find that Billy Bot has really got lots and lots of, we've got the Billy Bot stories in the book, and we've also got new Billy Bot culture stories as well. But you've also got your wonderful smart stories and seasons, or smart stories and CLIL. And before each of the CLIL stories, you've got activities to do. So this is lovely in autumn. And then you've got your stories. And then at the back, you've actually got some puppets. So you can do puppets. You've got some lovely stories there, Tortoise and the Rabbit, The Big Change. You've got stories from all seasons here. Okay, and also the stories are all linked to the United Nations goals, and there are lots of plays as well. So just going back to the different types of stories, so we've got the Billy Bot stories in the book, and in Prima we've got some new stories as well. And before they do the story, they've got the routine. We've got the Billy Bot song, and that's really important. Then they can listen to the story. And then afterwards, they've got something to find as well. They've always got something to do, and that children are curious as well, and they can notice Billy Bot's emotions. But we've also got some lovely videos.
Zippy, Zippy.
A boat. Listen. Look, a flag. It's red, white, and blue.
This is my pet, Zippy.
Hello, Zippy. Wow! It's a robot dog.
When Billy met Zippy. As well, new story cards. So for all of the stories as well that are in the Smart Story book, and here, this is just seeing you can make your make a life cycle of a butterfly there. That's a lovely one for now for spring. You've got the little pumpkin story in here, and that's a nice one for Halloween. I'll just find it for you here. There we go. And then you've also got the flashcards as well, the story cards, and on the back you've got the words of the story. If you're like me and you can never remember. And then at the bottom, there are also some notes for the teachers. So here far osservare la vignette, invitare gli alunni a cercare di indovinare il tema della storia. So again, some ideas. And that's useful, isn't it, Vanessa?
Really useful. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, and we've got the smart stories for all the different levels as well. Something that teachers have asked us for many, many times are plays. And so now for each level of Billy Bot, you've got a lovely play. So here, for example, this is a great one for this time of year as well. For the spring, we've got Jack and the Beanstalk. There's something, involving all the class. There's, the students, you can do 2 or 3 students have the same part. And then you've got the chant. So you've got up, up, up he goes, up into the sky. Up, up, up he goes, way up high. So you've got basically, and there we've got 1 gold, 2 gold, 3 gold coins, 4 gold, 5 gold, 6 gold coins. They can, all the different chorus, the students can be in the chorus as well. Here, for example, we've got Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. We've got the characters, and then we've got the chant as well. So there we go, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, and that's what the play looks like. So for this is just to give you an idea of the components. We've got the readers for every level, the grammar book for the quarta. Each of the levels has this wonderful stories for CLIL, and also the wonderful inclusion book as well. So again, remember it. There we go. Remember. And we'll see more of it in a minute. Remember the inclusive learning book. That's really, really important because you've got that for every single student. Okay. And here are the smart stories books. You can see some of the activities. So you haven't just got the story, you've got something to do before the story. It introduces the theme, the topic, and then activities to do after the story. And in quarta and in quinta, you've actually got an invalsi exercises as well for the story. So there's a comprehension, which is the story becomes a comprehension, and then you've got your invalsi questions, as well. So that's nice as well. The picture dictionary for the visual learners is very important, and the grammar. You've got the grammar tables with lots of exercises as well, and that really helps them get ready for secondary school. Okay, we've got the readers as well. We've got a paper reader as well. So, any questions? I think everyone, that's okay. So what I'm going to do is just whiz you all through one of the first level, just to some of the how it opens. Here we've got, remember how Billy Bot opens. You've got that wonderful story. We've got the song, Let's Learn English. The students notice how Billy Bot how Billy Bot feels. And we've got all of these things. This is really important. Then we've got a lovely lesson about emotions, feeling and emotions, and that's really important as well. And we've also got our nursery rhymes. So remember, Lucia said she was looking for nursery rhymes. Well, you've got lots of them here, nursery rhymes and activities.
Traditional nursery rhymes.
You've also got a karaoke version. Then we've got our workbook exercises with everyday English as well. That's really important. The reform talks about that. And also extra practice as well. So extra practice, which could be for special needs students or people that need more consolidation or just general revision. So extra practice in the book. And then we've got our play and our classics for kids. In quarta, remember, we've got more civiltà about around the world. There we go. people are talking about, this is nice, about my space. Here, for example, have you visited Stonehenge, Vanessa? Here our culture pages have gone, our culture story has
Not
gone to
yet. Have you?
Stonehenge.
Have you?
I haven't. That's on my list. I
Yeah.
really want to go to Stonehenge. And Stonehenge, it's really interesting because they've then connected Stonehenge to other parts of the world where there are big stones that mean something. So let's see, has anyone at home been to Stonehenge? See if anyone has been there. And these stories, the children can do a lot of noticing because they're beautiful illustrations. They can see here, they can notice there's a little dog. There's a little dog there that's chasing after Zippy. And they make friends together. There we go. So there you go. Billy Bot is really worried because Zippy's disappeared. So, and then he's all happy again. So again, he can notice that. Here we've got the grammar, lots of activities as well, filling in the grammar tables. And one of the things that I wanted, I've been there as a student this year, and one of the things that I really wanted to point out to everyone is that in level 5 now of Billy Bot and Friends, I'll just show you, we've got the preparation and practice book for the Pearson English International Certificate Young Learners for the first words. So you can prepare your students for an international certification. Now, if they can, this is good practice anyway, because it's 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The reading and the listening are very similar to the activities, they do within Valsi, like listen and match, those sort of type activities. So, and they all have this, so there's no, you don't need to photocopy, you've got extra materials. Okay. And then for the teachers, there are some lovely flashcards as well for the speaking exam. Okay. So we're nearly at the end now. We've got, there are also posters this year for the teachers. Here's the first one, which your agenti can bring you, but there's going to be a lovely set of posters for your classroom walls. So lots of different resources. And there's a new idea. Now, Anna will share the link in the chat, or you'll get it afterwards if you signed up for the webinar. You can share your ideas for a lesson with Billy Bot. Now, we've had lots of teachers already on the Padlet. There's a Padlet, and you can go onto it and you can share your ideas. Basically, just think about a lesson with Billy Bot and the theme of friendship. And just write down, how you do that lesson with your children. And lots of teachers are already sharing photos and ideas. So thank you. This is an opportunity. And you'll be invited. There we go. We've actually got that, and we can show you, you can have a look at the Padlet link and go in there as well. And if the winner will be invited to the Rome Primaria Day on the 15th of April, to meet myself and Vanessa and show his or her story to everybody. So remember as well, if you're remember that we've got the Read to Be Happy, and Vanessa is the vice president of the Extensive Reading Foundation. And is that right, Vanessa? There's going to be a webinar soon as well, isn't there?
On the 15th of May, so you can save the date. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just
Online.
And Pearson is also a founder member of the Extensive Reading Foundation. So Pearson has also got lots and lots of activities for you to do if you get the students to read. And remember, with each level of Billy Bot, there is a reader. So very important. And act out the scene. You can use those plays at the back of Billy Bot as well for this. And these wonderful activities that Anna created. And this is one that Vanessa made, the Pirate Patch book box. So the students make their book box and then they can talk about it. Okay. And before we go, you can ask your Pearson agenti for the AI guide by Letizia Cinganotto. This is specifically on how artificial intelligence can help your students, it can help you approach your students with artificial intelligence. Basically, they're filled with it. Their world is full of AI now. So how do we begin to tell them that they shouldn't believe everything, and how they work with it? So again, this guide can help you as the teacher, and it also explains the guidelines from the Italian Ministry of Education on artificial intelligence, and also looks at digital safety as well for children. Just a quick reminder, we've looked at Billy Bot, but Disney Stars and Heroes and Go Kids Gold are all in linea with the Indicazioni Nazionali and have upgrade packs. We're going to be doing more about them after Easter, but just to let you know, we've also got the speaking cards for the Pearson English International Certificate. So fill your boots, ladies. We've got some flyers that you'll find in your direzioni, and remember that preparation and practice for the young learners. So again, read to be happy. You'll get this. You can connect with this when you sign up. If you signed up for the webinar, you'll get the link. And remember, Billy Bot Friends, it's available. Ask your agente di zona and he can send you. You've got all the flip books. The flip books are on the Sanoma website. You can actually have a look at all of them from the prima to the quinta. You can have a good look through and start doing some of those culture lessons with your students. So, Billy Bot Friends, I hope you will all use it with your students. So please ask your Sanoma agenti, and thank you.
Well done. Hopefully you'll come to primary day so we can dance together.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we've got to have our dance. So it's been wonderful to see you all.
Well done,
And
Donatella.
no, well done, Vanessa. Thank you, and thank you all. And we hope we're actually bang on time.
Yeah.
So let's just Billy Bot and Friends.
Yay.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
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 Bye, everyone. Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter. Happy
Bye.
Easter.
Bye.
Bye.